We're ready to continue on with South Carolina. We'll ask Coach Martin for some general thoughts on the game, then we'll take your questions for the two student athletes, excuse them, and then we'll finish up with Coach Martin. Coach?
Congratulations to Arkansas. They've got a dynamic team, high-powered. They got hard shot makers, and congratulations to them.
Questions for either of the student athletes? Raise your hand, and we'll get a floor mic to you. And please identify yourself when you ask your question. Hands up. Let's start right in the middle on the front.
Yeah, Andrew Anspacker from the state. Chris and Mike, for both of you. What did you guys do well, you think, to get back to you're down 15, I think about 16 minutes left, got that down to 1. What was going right in that stretch?
Mike, would you take that first?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we fought to get back. The whole team fought, but in the end it came down to a few final possessions that we messed up, didn't execute well, weren't strong enough to grab the rebound to get the loose ball, and there the win went.
Same for Chris.
I mean, during that run, I think we got the ball inside. We made simple plays, and we tried to execute and take open shots. We made open shots we had. That's what's got us back in the game.
Raise your hand if you have a question for either. Hands up. All right, let's go to the second row on the aisle.
Heath Klein, 107.5 The Game. Guys, for both of you, just this may be the end of the line for this season. What do you take from this year towards next year? What did you guys feel like you've learned this year?
Chris?
I learned how to be a leader. You know, I step into a new role, so I learned a lot of stuff. I learned how to, talk to my teammate. I learned how to, come to the game and try to be ready every day.
Same for Mike.
Yeah, pretty much the same as Chris. Just got to be better every day. I've learned that I got to contribute way more than I have this season to the team, and yeah, that's about it.
Another question in the middle aisle, front row.
Along those same lines, though, for the two of you, how much would a postseason tournament of any kind you think would benefit you two and this team?
Chris?
More playing with the team, get to know each other. More time, a lot of reps, more get to know each of us play, tendencies. It's always good to step on the floor together and get to play.
Mike?
Yeah, it would mean a lot to get a few more games in, especially for Wes and Book. They've helped us out a lot this year, and I know that they want to get a few more games in. And
We got time for one more question. Anyone? All right, let's take it on the front, right here on the left. Go ahead.
For both you guys, just with about 3.5 minutes left, you guys are down 2, and Barford hit that 3 where it felt like the ball almost scraped the ceiling. It was a huge 3, and then he had the steal and the layup. How critical was that, knowing where the game was at that point? I know you guys got it back to 2 eventually a little bit later, but that was kind of a backbreaker there, that 3 from Barford, then the layup.
Mike?
Yeah, of course it hurt us. Like every basket they scored, it hurt us, and we were able to climb back in. Then the last minute or two, again, we didn't execute properly, and we didn't get the 50-50 ball or the rebound, and that's what hurt us.
Chris?
Oh yeah, those last position was critical. I had the opportunities to get my hand over a few rebounds, and I didn't. That's where the game mattered, and I didn't come up with any rebound or came up clutch when my team needed.
All right, we'll excuse the student athletes. You can return to the locker room. Thank you, and we will continue on with questions for Coach Martin. If you'll raise your hand, and we'll get a floor mic to you. Raise your hand if you have a question. Let's start right in the front on the middle aisle.
Frank, they kind of referenced it about the execution down the stretch. How frustrating is that? Because this has happened a few times this season where little things like that, not getting that offensive rebound with 40 seconds left, just goes to the other team.
Been a problem all year. It's not a new book. It's not a different chapter. We've been stuck in that chapter. Come out of a timeout, can't execute what's called. Next possession, we'll make a different call, can't execute that either. Been the story all year.
Raise your hand if you have another question. All right, let's go in the front row on the right.
Yeah, Frank, you guys blown out by Arkansas just last month, and then now making it a lot closer of a game. How has the team matured and, I guess, grown over that time?
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with you. We got blown out. We're in a 6-point game with 8 minutes to play. We ended up giving up some baskets there at the end that made it a 14-point difference or something like that. I think we're down 1 at the half, so I don't know if I agree with us getting blown out. Florida blew us out. Missouri blew us out. We gotten better. We're a better team. We've played well coming down the stretch. At this time of year, when you play in March, if you want to have a chance to win, every game's going to be like that. It's going to come down to making the simple play, being able to execute, being able to be on the same page. There was a 2-point game, and there's a loose ball underneath our basket. It's a big scramble. Underneath their basket, excuse me, and the ball's right there. All Wes Myers has to do is get on the ball. Now it's our ball, down 2. Let's go down. Let's see if we get a chance to tie it, take a lead, whatever. He don't come up with it. He just stands there and looks at it. They come up with it. Now we foul. Now it makes it a 4-point game. And, we're a better team, to your question. We're a much better team than we were a month ago. But we're not quite good enough to win tonight.
Sorry, real quick. South Carolina's locker room's only open for about 5 more minutes.
All right. Did you have a question on the second row right there? Go ahead.
Tonight, Coach, just you had Gravitt on the bench for the first 15 minutes. Obviously, Minaya got 3, 2. How much, if at all, did the foul issues really take you out of anything you were trying to do?
It's hard. It's hard. You got to manage that. Get no consistency. I don't think our guards, did our guards attempt a free throw? Wes, 0. Hassani, 0. Justin, 0. It's hard. Their guards shot combined probably 20 free throws. Ours didn't shoot any. We need them to be more aggressive, and they're just a little passive. But it's Heath, at the end of the day, they all got their minutes. We didn't produce. We had 19 turnovers, 10 of them steals. Against Arkansas, that's a big problem. That's the difference of the game.
We got time for 2 more questions. Let's take the first one right here on the middle, on the front row aisle.
Frank, I don't know how much this is your decision, but obviously postseason play, will you guys accept an NIT bid if it comes your way?
Yeah, our RPI, we're above 500. Our RPI, Arkansas's RPI was like 30 or something like that. Neutral court, so our RPI was in the high 60s, if I'm not mistaken. Our RPI might even get better, even though we lost today. That's crazy as that. You lose a game, your RPI gets better. So from an RPI standpoint, strength of schedule, good wins, quadrant wins, we're above 500. I know teams with RPIs in the 80s and bad losses have gotten into the NIT. We fit the criteria to be able to, but it's not my decision. I don't want to speak for Coach Tanner, who's sitting back here, but the NIT invites us. We've signed the paperwork. We'll go. Outside of that, we're good. We stay home if we need to.
Anyone? One final question, anyone? All right, thank you.
Yep.